Gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back again here on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series presented to us by Savage Edge Graphics. Joining me as always tonight is Terry the Taffy Man Foster. Terry, how we doing tonight? Terry, do you got a copy?
There we are. Hello.
Terry, you got us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, man, here we are, Sonoma. 66 laps. Sam, we ain't going just left tonight, man. We're going to do some right turns, downhills, uphills. It's going to be a heck of a race, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who, maybe if we have one, who's going to be our road course ringer this year. And the other interesting thing is that it's our second race of the season and we're already at a road course. So, going to be challenging for the drivers tonight, that is for sure. Terry, we got to do a wheel spin for these guys, though.
Yeah, if you got that thing ready,
I do. It is
do
working.
it, buddy.
We're spinning it. It's showing me lap 46, Terry.
Lap 46. So what this is, Sam, as you all well know, this is going to be a competition caution for these drivers basically to pull in, relax a little bit, let the field catch up. Then we're going to go green flag racing right after that to the end of this thing. There is no yellow flag race cautions on this track. It's all localized cautions for anybody who don't know what that is. If a car runs off the track, it's just a yellow at that spot. Doesn't really mean that, just tell the driver to be cautious.
Absolutely right, Terry. And I'm getting word from race control right now. It is time to head down trackside for a pre-race ceremony. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, if you could, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube and go ahead and support Josh. Speaking of Joshua Rutherford, Terry, he's out on track right now, starting his hot lap here, getting ready to come take the green flag here.
Josh Rutherford in that big old green black car. That's a pretty good looking car out of Joshua in that 64 car. Making his first lap. They do get 2 laps here tonight, Sam. With a 10-minute time limit, it takes about a minute 15, minute 20 to get around this track.
Yeah, we were seeing in practice, drivers were setting 118s, 119s, 120s. There's definitely a skill gap here tonight. But, you know, with that competition caution, Terry, anything can happen. You could change up your strategy, take tires at a different time than one of these guys. And we all know what happens here on road courses, right? People go off the track. Someone could lose it on their own, miss their braking point. So it's going to be a wild race for sure, and we're going to have our work cut out for us up here in the booth trying to keep an eye on everything.
Definitely. A couple things that, I want to go over real quick. So Jamie Walker during practice had the fastest lap of a 1:17.8. That's fast around his track. Another thing you mentioned, when they go off track, that is an incident. And the way we do it here, it's 1 incident per 1 point. So if they got 10 points for the race and they ran off the track 5 times, well, they only actually get 5 points because that's the way our system goes, blazing pedals.
So we're still looking at the number 64 car, Joshua Rutherford, heading down on into turn number 6 right here and down through the S's. He is on his first time lap right now. Nobody has set a time yet, though, Terry. It takes a long time to get around here. As you said, about a minute and a half.
Absolutely. As we're watching Josh in that 64, I just noticed as he was going into turn 6 back there a little bit ago, he did lock out right front up. So you're going to see a lot of braking hard, and you're going to see a lot of sliding, I think, out of the front end tonight, Sam.
As a couple of times are starting to come in, Chris Carroll lays down a 117.8, goes to provisional pole right now. Corey Sherman out there, 119.89 for the number 3 Savage Edge Toyota Supra.
So I know that a lot of these drivers have been practicing on and off all week with this track, and I think it's going to show who has it and who hasn't, actually, I think, Sam. But overall, you know this just as well as I do. We ain't racing each other when we're at Sonoma. We're racing this track, man. You have to beat the track.
Yeah, and I believe on the episode of Track Talk today, Terry, they kind of got the question asked to them. What's a good place for passing zones? And I responded, I said probably turn 6 and turn 11. That's really your only good passing opportunities here tonight. Turn 6 being that hard right-hander after they come out of that little short shoot right there. And then we're watching Corey Sherman right now go down into turn 11, this big basic U-turn back to the start-finish line. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of passing happen, a lot of people trying to outbrake each other.
Yeah, that's going to depend on that front brake, or all 4 brakes, I guess I should say. Who's got the brake bias set where they want it? How they got them pedals set on the rig? Can you stop it without sliding? As Corey Sherman stops, I guess he's going to settle for 8th place right now to 119.4.
Steven Johnson in the number 11 goes second fastest on the board with a 118.3. So far, Chris Carroll, the only driver to touch that 117 mark. Ty Morosco coming down pit road, finishing up his qualifying run of 118.37. Good enough for 3rd position out on the racetrack so far. And Terry, I do want to point out, Ty Morosco in that MFRD Ford Mustang, that's my pick tonight.
Oh, good deal. Okay. You know what? I want that 63 tonight, that Dakota Todd. I can see good things coming out of that car tonight.
Has Dakota Todd even gone on track yet? No, he has not. A few drivers not going out. And another thing, Terry, are we going to see maybe a couple of drivers start from pit road as a little bit of strategy? Are we going to see some guys maybe just elect, hey, I'm going to start in the back? and try and run their way up through. I mean, that's a tough strategy, right? Coming from the back of the field, especially at a road course.
Wow, yeah, that very well could be. Have guys starting the back and buddy out. Oh wow, Mullet Music is picking the 44 Bach over tonight. Wow, what'd you do? Just pick that number out of the air?
That's kind of ironic because we're actually watching the number 44 Bach over right now. He's coming down through the S's, currently in 5th position with a 118.77.
Is he down? Shifts going in I think he's in like 5 right now. Nope. Hell no. He was in 9 or 10. Oh, he's coming out of the pits.
So let's actually ride on the roof cam here of Derek Paulson. Derek's on his 2nd lap right now. We can see what Derek's doing right here. Currently in 2nd gear, down to about almost 35 mile an hour there in turn 6. Trying to get it wound back up here for the S's. And that's the other thing, Terry. I'm sorry, but shifting. I mean, these guys are going to be shifting all night long, and that takes a toll on you.
It absolutely does. But, you know, a lot of this track that I've ran before, you don't even really get out of 3rd gear, but maybe twice. But for the most part, I think it's ran mainly in 3rd gear.
Well, Derek Paulson's going down through turn 11 right now to the front straightaway and across the line. Let's see if he can improve. No, he actually goes just a little bit slower, 119.25. So Derek Paulson going to sit 8th on the board. Jamie Walker, Terry, currently 17th on the qualifying charts at 119.76. About to finish his 2nd lap, though. Let's see if he improves here.
Again, Jamie Walker was fastest in practice.
Goes 2nd fastest on the board, Terry, 118.07.
Wow, yeah, right behind Chris Carroll with the 117.8. Now, Chris Carroll, he is the one that won this race last season here in Sonoma. So that that 99 car, we're going to have to kind of watch him tonight, see if he walks away from his pack or maybe messes up somewhere, Sam. Lets these other drivers get around. As I see you're on the 12 car now of Mark Arthur.
Yeah, Mark's out there. I believe he's on his 1st lap right now, so he should have enough time to complete his 2nd one. Let's see what Mark does here for lap number 1. Across the line. Mark's going to go 7th fastest with a 118.86. And that number 12 car, Terry, he was another one who was in practice earlier and was looking pretty fast.
Yeah, he absolutely was. I did not get his numbers down, but it can't be off from where he's at right now with that 118. So we'll let him finish. Oh, a little sideways there on what was that, 3 or 4? It comes down to 5, I believe that is.
Yeah, that's turn 5. And Terry, that's the thing. That little bobble right there out of that 12 car, that could lose him a 10th or 2 just doing that.
Yeah, I just noticed he just about locked up that right front wheel there. Just, you know, we've seen it out of Paulson a little bit ago, or Morosco, I think it was maybe. Now, Sam, maybe you can correct me, but I think the fastest part of this track is maybe through them S curves.
I'd say that's a good possibility. I'd say either that or down the front stretch, you're probably pulling the most RPMs. I know a lot of guys are feathering it down through this front stretch here because you got that left-hand turn. Cross the line, they get another big left-hand turn where the car likes to get upset. Sorry.
Mark didn't. Oh, you're fine. Mark Arthur did not do any better, Sam. So he's still stuck in 7th with the 118.860.
Yeah, he actually, his last lap was just a little slower, only 0.02 slower with a 118.88. Looks like everybody who wanted to take a time has taken a time, Terry. His qualifying's wrapping up. It's almost time here for us to get into the grid.
Yes, sir, it is, as they are starting to put them cars on the grid.
Putting the cars on the grid. We're going to go ahead and start going through the grid. Chris Carroll, the number 99, is going to be starting on pole position with Jamie Walker to his outside in second. Steven Johnson is going to be starting third with Ty Morosco starting in fourth. Andy Poliski is going to be starting in fifth with Aaron Bockover to his outside in sixth. Mark Arthur is going to be rolling off P7 with David Douthwaite starting in eighth. Dalton Kilroy is going to be rolling off ninth position with Derek Paulson to his outside in 10th. Corey Rutherford is going to be starting in 11th with Ed Boyles Jr. to his outside in 12th. John Perkins is going to be starting 13th with Brian Dees to his outside in 14th. Corey Sherman is going to be rolling off in 15th position with Taylor Butcher Benjamin starting in 16th. Larry Bell is going to be rolling off in 17th with Philip Van Vliet, the Lone Dutchman, starting 18th. Paul Ellison is going to be starting in 19th with Brian Zimmerman to his outside in 20th. Terry?
Rick Thompson in the 76, starting in 21st. 22nd be Cody Gibson. 23rd to 64, Joshua Rutherford. Kyle Wildman Wellman in that 42, starting 24th. Amanda Sherman starting 25th. Chris Legou in that 71, starting 26th. Starting 27th is Joe Almarico. 28th, Samuel Lawson in that 26th car. 29th is Brad Collins. Bradley Yo in the 18, starting 30th. Starting 31st is Michael Miller. Then we got 32nd is Tanner Marr. 33rd will be Dakota Todd. Then Landon Huffman. We were rounding up your drivers in that 28 car, starting 34th.
So we would like to point out, ladies and gentlemen, Samuel Lawson, originally in the 24 car. We had race control. Join as a driver, not a big deal, but that's why Samuel Lawson be in the 26 instead of the 24. We're getting ready, they're rolling off, Terry. It's time to get this thing going. How many laps we doing?
66, buddies, and we're going to stop at about lap 46 to let these guys take a break.
Well, remember, Terry, we also have the halfway little incentive from True Sim Productions.
Absolutely. TSP put up some money for the season for the driver to lead at the halfway mark. So at about lap 30, taking 31, we'll have somebody doing that.
Great shot of the field as the drivers come down through turn number 5. I'm telling you, Terry, I like that number 1 car starting there in 4th.
Well, I'm trying to see that my driver didn't even qualify in that 63. Dadgummit. I don't even think the 63's on field.
Terry, we got Larry Bell, Brian Zimmerman, Kyle Wildman Wellman, and Mark Arthur all starting from pit road.
Wow, I wonder what's up with that. Well, I don't think any of them got penalties from last week.
Well, again, Terry, it's probably just an option, right? I mean, it's a choice that they made. So we're gonna see we're gonna keep an eye on those drivers throughout the race. As the field rolls down through turn 11, Chris
we're about
Carroll
to go green.
is gonna be in control right here. Down to the start-finish line. Green flag is in the air here at Sonoma. Here we go, road course racing.
Chris Carroll, big jump, bringing out 11. Steve Johnson with him.
Yeah, Steve Johnson got a pretty good restart right there, or start, I should say. Now sits in the second position as we go back. Take a look at Jamie Walker, who fell back to third on that initial start. And now even Ty Morosco might be having problems as he's under fire by Andy Poliski.
Now, we got them bottlenecking behind all this group, Sam. They will get this out one by one here in within a lap or so. I bet they get this thing all stretched out, and these guys will start getting to racing. This Chris Carroll going into what I think is 5.
That's turn 6, bottleneck.
Oh, okay, bottleneck. Sorry, my bad. Going through the S's. How's that?
Yeah, now we're going through the S's. Chris Carroll still your race leader. Everybody off to a really pretty good start there, Terry. I don't think anybody had any real major problems. A couple of drivers might have touched the grass a little bit, but no harm, no foul.
Well, Sam, I just thought about this. These guys that started from the pits, probably a good call. Remember, lap 46, we're going to have a caution. These guys will catch up to the field.
That's what I'm saying. I'm maybe a chance to save some fuel. Get on a different strategy than these race leaders, right? I mean, we've heard it from numerous drivers here from Blazing Pedals, right, Terry? To win in this series, you have to do something different than everybody else is doing. You got to try new things, and I think that's the beauty of this league.
Just watched the 71 at Chris Lego. He got come around turn 11. He decided to keep on turning and go down through the infield a little bit, but he got that thing straightened out, heading back up to turn 1 and up the hill to turn 2. But he got her straightened up. Kind of looking around the track here, Sam, see if we can find anything going on.
I was just going to say, Terry, let's go ahead and go through the field here. I mean, we're on lap 2. Got a long way to go here before we get that stage caution. We can let everybody know where their favorite driver is currently on track. Currently, Chris Carroll being shown as the race leader. Steven Johnson right behind him in second. Only about, I would say, 1.5 seconds off of him right now. Jamie Walker has fallen back a little bit. He's about 3 seconds behind race leader Chris Carroll right now. My pick, Ty Morosco, there in fourth, doing a good job hanging on to that machine. Andy Poliski rides in fifth. And I tell you what, Terry, Poliski had a really good run at Daytona last week. You know, we saw him finish third. He finished second, didn't he?
Yeah, he finished second. He beat out Ty for that second spot.
So, yeah, Andy Poliski finished in second at Daytona last week. Now up inside the top 5 here at a road course, Sonoma. I mean, so far off to a great start of the season for the number 32 machine. Go further back, it's Dalton Kilroe, the number 41 MFRD Chevy Camaro. That's last week's winner right there. He's sitting in 6th. But Aaron Bockover right behind him in that number 44.
Then we got right behind him, we got Corey Ruthford in that 5. Kind of a lone driver out there. He has nobody to contend with, and nobody's contending with him. Right behind him is the 34, David Douthwaite. We will get this name right. David Douthwaite, the same thing. He's got the 6th car of Paulson right behind him. I think Paulson's looking to make a move on that 34 car. As they go down into the hairpin here at 11. Nice hard U-turn.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Derek had enough to get a run on that 34 car, actually losing a little bit of time. We go back to the 33 car, John Perkins sitting in 11th. He's got Brian Dees, also known as Soul Stealer, behind him.
I think Dees is trying to look for a way to get around that 33 of Perkins. As it slowed down, those two guys in front of Ed Boyles in that 38 actually had to slow Ed down a little bit.
Well, I think it's like you said, Terry, that 17 car, he's kind of running a little bit of a different line here compared to that 33, so he is trying to find a way around him right now. Shows him the nose here in turn 6. Ed Boyles Jr., as Terry mentioned, is right behind these guys there in the 13th position. We go back one more spot. You got Corey Sherman in that Savage Edge Toyota.
He has nobody contending with at the moment. Paul Ellison, though, I do believe is running him down. Paul Ellison in the 15th place behind Sherman.
Well, if we look at last lap times, Terry, Corey was just a little bit quicker, but yeah, Paul does have speed right now.
And coming into the picture is the 10 car of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Old Doc in that 10 caught up to Paul Ellison in that 55. Along with that, bringing up Philip Van Fleet in that 89 behind that 10 car. I was watching Philip in practice, Sam. He was the only car that I see. He ran 20 laps in practice. He did not get a 0. He had a 0X when he was done with practice. So good run out of the practicing in that 89 car. Behind him, got 12 of Mark Arthur. Dealing with Joshua Rutherford a little bit in the 64 car.
Behind him in 20th position is Bradley Yo, the number 18. And then go look back just a little bit further, you got Cody Gibson in that number 7 car. Cody, a newcomer to Blazing Pedals.
Cody Gibson, like you just said, Sam, is a new driver here for the Blazing Pedals League. And I'll tell you what, Cody's an awesome guy. We talked to him. Seems like all week we'll get to see him in the chat occasionally. We'll get in there and just BS with him a lot.
Go back a little bit further. We got the 76 of Rick Thompson in that Southern Shores Realty. I almost said reality. 76 Ford Mustang. Riding around in 22nd right now, trying to catch up to that 7 car, Cody Gibson.
And behind Thompson is the 8, Amanda Sherman, getting challenged by the 4, Tanner Marr. Tanner, ever so close to the back end of that 8 car.
Yeah, he got really close. I don't know if he maybe missed his braking zone there, but now he's losing a lot of time to that 8 car.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. He missed his braking zone right there because he had to swing out way left so he wouldn't hit her or run into anybody else. As he's wanting to put a nose under her.
A side-by-side back here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a battle for the 23rd position as it looks like Amanda's going to go ahead and let him go by. Now under fire from the 43 car of Larry Bell.
And the 21 of Zimmerman actually got his way around the 8 car as well. Zimmerman right now showing in the 26, but I know he's up at 23rd now because I have not crossed the line.
So we go a little bit further back. We got Kyle the Wildman Wellman. And Terry, this is a driver right now who is in a world of his own. Really doesn't have nobody in front of him and literally nobody behind him.
Yeah, Kyle Wellman has got, so much time in front and behind him. He run his race, ain't got to worry about a thing. And kind of back behind him too in that 22, Brad Collins. Nobody really around him to worry about. Brad just runs his own race. Michael Miller in that Alsco number 27, that green and black car. Back there, 29th. Not doing a bad job tonight. Back in the 30th spot in that yellow, black, and white car in that 71. Chris Legue, we're showing in the 30th place right now. Joe Alberico on back behind. Whoa, we had the 26 of Lawson Spin right in front of the 83 of Alberico.
Oh, yeah.
Lawson.
Let's go see if we can't get a replay of that.
Yeah, let's do that.
He just goes down into turn 11 and just kind of loops it on his own. This was a driver who I talked to before the race a little bit, said wasn't too comfortable. This is his very first road course league race, so he's just kind of out there trying to learn something. He's not doing a bad job. So far that car does look clean. Little damage to the rear end, but shouldn't hurt him too bad.
Now, so after Sam Lawson, there's nobody else left. Huffman and Todd has yet to take a lap, so there went my pick.
Well, nothing has really changed up near the front of the field. Chris Carroll still your race leader right now. Jamie Walker is about 4.8 seconds off him as you see Jamie Walker going into turn 5. Jamie got around Steven Johnson while we were going through the field. Now Johnson under fire from the 1 car of Timer Osco.
As you see, they actually the front guys had to work around Sam Lawson in that 26 car. I'm sure Steve Johnson, Timer Osco, and those guys will be catching up to that car also here shortly. Say, I'm going to take a run around here, Sam. I'm going to see what else we got going on here.
We got Andy Poliski back here in 5th. And here's the thing, Terry. We're 8 laps into this, and we got about, I want to say, maybe 10 or so laps before we're going to start to see green flag pit stops as Chris Carroll starts to work around some lap traffic. That's the 83 car of Joe Alberico. So right now, 2 cars, 1 lap down. That's the 83 of Joe Alberico and the 26 of Samuel Lawson.
Yeah, these drivers keep their nose clean in this race. again, race this track. Don't race the drivers. Race the track. There's no reason why you can't come out in this halfway decent in your points night. Even if you finish last, you can get a good points night out of it as long as you keep that car clean.
Jamie Walker trying to work his way around the 83 of Joe Alberico, and he is getting held up big time. He actually dropped the gap to Chris Carroll to about 4 seconds. Had to work his way around the 83 car, and it's now back up to 5.3.
Okay, out there in chat, Benji, who is Big Car for Big Car? Who is that? We got to know who that is.
Yeah, genuinely curious to that one myself.
I want to know. So what's going to happen? We already know who Silky is. That's Paul Ellison. But if you guys give us nicknames of these people, we'll use it. We're not afraid. Chris Carroll right now with over a 5-second lead over Jamie Walker. But Jamie is closing that gap.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Terry. I'm kind of watching the time shrink ever so slightly every corner they go through. Now under 5 seconds as Carroll goes down into turn 5.
Jamie Walker, really bad week last week at Daytona. His car got banged up so bad in one of the incidents that he actually put it on the hauler early and went home. And so Jamie Walker looking to redeem this week here in Sonoma.
So I'm showing Terry Michael Miller. He's right in front of Jamie Walker right there. Michael Miller doesn't have a hood on that race car. I'm going to see if I can't go back and get a replay. See if we can't see what happened to the 27 car. So he's coming down through the S's here. Oh, gets into the grass. That's just a 1X. That's no harm, no foul. Not sure exactly where he got his damage here.
Yeah, I don't know either, bud.
Oh, here it is right here. He got loose coming out of, looks like turn 10 and hit the tire barriers, and the hood popped right off.
Yeah, those things are stopping pretty quick.
So
he doesn't need it on this road course anyway. There's no aerodynamics on the road course.
There's probably a little bit. So Chris Carroll, your race leader, has about a 5-second lead over second place Jamie Walker right now. There's clear racetrack in between them, though, so Jamie can start to try and run him down. My pick, Ty Morosco, back here running in third, doing a great job.
All of his own leading this thing. But Jamie Walker actually is too, trying to catch him, so that's a good thing for Walker. He's kind of got clean track right now in front of him to catch up to that 99.
This time Morosco's catching up to Michael Miller, trying to make his way around him.
Watching Van Fleet and Arthur right now working their way around the 83 of Alberico. We've seen a bunch of cars already pass the 83, but Alberico out there running his race. Right now, Sam, he's only got a 1X, so not bad after, 11 laps. So good job, Alberico.
So I'm taking a look at timing and scoring right now, Terry, and seeing a lot of drivers just touching the grass, it looks like. Seeing a lot of those 1Xs popping up.
Oh, yeah. And, and that's so aggravating sometimes. You just barely touch the grass and you see that 1X pop up on your screen. But, hey, that's what it is.
As we were talking about that, Terry, I took a look there. I wasn't sure, but Philip Van Fleet, he got loose or he missed his braking zone there coming through turn 11. And Mark Arthur was able to get around him. And now that I'm seeing it, the number 34, who is the 34, Terry? That's Douthwaite, isn't it?
It is Douthwaite, yeah, David.
He's missing a whole front clip on that race car. I'm going to see if I can't find what happened to David here.
Okay, while you're doing that, I want to answer Lori out there in Chatland. Yeah, Lori, Mark is racing. We don't know what's wrong, why it's so sketchy on your screen, but yeah, Mark is racing. He's right now in 15th place.
Okay, so there was an incident right here, Terry. go back and take another look at it. Corey Rutherford got loose, and that was David Dothwaite's first issue. I think he came into the pits and got that rectified, but then, let's see here.
And we are saying his name wrong. It's
Douthwaite.
Yeah.
Douthwaite. He got loose coming out of turn 11, and him and Mark Arthur actually make contact. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching out on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and double check your resolution and make sure you have it set to 1080p at 60 frames a second. I do have it pulled up here on my phone while we're broadcasting just to make sure it looks all right, and I mean it looks okay on my end.
Yeah, I mean I'm watching it too, and I can read them, but yeah, just check your resolution. That might be all your problem is. Or refresh it, who knows?
We are trying a new setup too, ladies and gentlemen. So newer technology, bear with us. We're going to work out the kinks as we progress.
Jamie Walker has cut that lead down again, Sam. He's down almost right at 4 seconds now on Chris Carroll. So yeah. Jamie Walker is making headway.
As we say that, Ty Morosco, he's about 9 seconds off of the 88. But we got a battle here. It's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, and 6th. Aaron Bockover up in here. All fighting for position.
Steven Johnson at 11, trying to figure out a way to thread it out at 11. Now, when he does that, I think that 32 of Poliski and 44 of Bockover may follow him through there. All three of the 11, the 32, 44, hard on the brakes right there. Morosco just made them all back up.
Yeah, Steven Johnson's been trying to get around Ty Morosco here for a couple of laps, it looks like. If we take a look at lap times, Johnson has been faster the last couple of times, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this 11 car. Chris Carroll's still kind of maintaining that lead, though, Terry, and Jamie Walker, he's kind of peaked underneath 3 seconds, or underneath 4 seconds, I'm sorry. So Walker is coming, and lap 15 to 66, green flag pit stops are right around the corner.
Yeah, we're probably within 4 to 7, 8 laps somewhere in there before we go to pit stops. So pit road's going to get busy here in a little bit. But, Sam, you think them guys that started in the pit, even though they didn't take a lap, maybe saved maybe a half a gallon or something, maybe go a little further? Oh, wow, the one car slows down a lot. Johnson, Poliski, Bockover, had to get hard on the binders again.
We'll go ahead and keep an eye on this. This is a good battle going on for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Ty Morosco, Steven Johnson, Andy Poliski. Morosco starting to pull away a little bit. Johnson starting to fall back now under fire from the 32 of Poliski.
Looks like Bockover's going to follow him. Oh, he tried to follow him through there, get underneath the 11, but just could not hold that 44 down.
That was a great move by the number 32, though. Got himself back up into the 4th position. Poliski doing what he's got to do here, starting the season off right, just like we said at the beginning of the broadcast.
And here's going to be coming up another opportunity for Bockover maybe to get around 11, coming around the 11th turn. Oh, 11 going down pit lane. It's time for pits.
So, I don't know, Terry. Is that a little early, do you think?
I'm thinking it might be a little early. I mean, they still got at least 4 or 5 laps to go.
Well, we say that. Dalton Kilroe has front-end damage, bringing the 41 down pit road. So what happened to the 41? Let me see if we can't get a replay on what happened to Dalton Kilroe here.
Dalton Kilroe, last season's champion. As he pulled the 41, and I see the right side going up on that car as Sam's looking for the replay.
Oh, he gets loose coming out of turn 10. Down into 11. Oh, makes contact with Bockover. So if you see a little crinkle on Bockover's bumper, Terry, that'd be why.
Yeah, Aaron actually had to lock that thing up and it slid into the outside, but he was able to control it enough to still stay in front of the 41 a little bit.
They did a good job keeping those cars straight.
Don't they though? As Marasco, I'm sorry. Kilrow in the 41 is back out on track right now, showing in the, I can find him here, showing him in the 8th place, but we know that's not right.
Remember, Terry, we got green flag pit stops going on. All the leaders are now stuck, and a lot of guys coming off pit road. Chris Carroll got around it, but Jamie Walker's stuck in the midst of it. And here's something else we got to point out, Terry. The Hammer up there. He's one room over, actually, but he's going to be laying it down on pit road here tonight, Terry.
Yeah, the Hammer definitely gaining. Garrett Rainey, I'm sorry, Garrett. But, yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot to have to do tonight, but so he will be watching you guys do these pit stops.
So a lot of drivers have elected to come down pit road. The people still out on track are your leader, Chris Carroll, Jamie Walker, Aaron Bockover, Ed Boyles Jr., John Perkins, Corey Sherman, Mark Arthur, Rick Thompson, the lone Dutchman, Steven Johnson, was the first driver to pit on lap 15. So 9 cars have yet to come down pit road. As I say that, Chris Carroll brings it down pit side. Does Walker follow him? Walker's going to stay out one more lap, Terry.
Well, you stay out of the lap. You're going to lead a lap, so that's going to give you bonus points, Sam.
So that's the thing. I mean, he's got to get all the points he can, especially after last week. We know this, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Walker has been in the Final Four in Blazing Pedals for the past couple of years, but has never sealed a championship down. So is this his year?
So here's going to be interesting. I know Bockover, he wants points. So if Walker comes down, will Bockover stay out to lead a lap? And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we still have we're going to have a full course caution here in lap 46. They're going to have to do another fuel run at least before they even do that.
They're going to have to do another fuel run, but here's the thing, Terry. Are they going to have to stop after that lap 46 caution? I don't think so.
Well, it's going to be awful close.
It is, and it's going to make it very interesting at the end of the race.
Remember, with that caution, we're going to have this field bunch all back up. Now, if the field is not bunched up completely to race control standards, they will wave that yellow flag off. Walker stays out. They will wave that. Lap. Yeah, Walker. I'm sorry. They will wave that yellow flag off and the green flag off and do one more lap to try to get the field back up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 48 laps to go here at Sonoma. Jamie Walker shown as the race leader. Still has yet to come down pit road. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a commercial break, but we're going to go Blazing Pedals side by side. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live here on True Sim Productions for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, presented by Savage Edge Graphics. And not a lot has changed. Jamie Walker finally brought it down pit road, spent 3 extra laps out on the racetrack compared to Chris Carroll. Now Chris Carroll has a 8.5 second lead over second place Jamie Walker.
Yeah, and I think everybody has actually made pit stops now. And Sam, looking over at our ticker, our time and scoring, everybody took tires.
So tires must be wearing more than we think they're wearing here at Sonoma. So we're taking a look at Steven Johnson working his way around lap traffic. The number 83 of Joe Alberico. 32 of Andy Poliski right behind him in 4th. And Dalton Kilrow holds on to the top 5 spot right now, but he does have teammate Ty Morosco back there in 6th. Ty Morosco lost a couple of spots there on that round of pit stops.
Oh, as the 41 kind of got into the outside of the 83, the back rear corner, the right side of that car a little bit. Slowed the 41 down, but he got it all straightened back up. And actually, Ty caught up to him just a little bit right there.
Go back a little bit further. You got Aaron Bach over. Remember, Aaron pit on lap 20. Same with Jamie. Go behind him. You got Brian Dees. Brian Dees pit on lap 16, sitting in 8th. Ed Boyles Jr. stayed out a couple of laps longer. He's sitting in 9th. He pit on lap 18. I'm looking down through the pit stops here, Terry, and Corey Sherman, Mark Arthur, Aaron Bockover, Jamie Walker, Philip Van Vliet, all those guys, Larry Bell, Tanner Marr, they all pit on lap 20, so they were the ones that stayed out the longest.
Yeah, we got Chris Carroll went in. He was, well, actually, Poliski, I think, Poliski and Morosco might have been they've got a lot of guys that went in at 16.
Steven Johnson was the first car to come down pit road on lap 15.
Dalton Kilroy also came down, I believe, at 15. But, yeah, that's some strategy play in there maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's 3 extra laps. I mean, we're guaranteed to get a caution here on lap 46. So I don't know if maybe these guys who pit on lap 20 are trying to make it to that caution. I mean, that's going to be pushing it.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be pushing it. Especially, lap 15 to 40, what did I say, 46. So, yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Well, Chris Carroll's going to come down the front straightaway and start lap 23. That means we got 10 laps to go till halfway. So can Chris Carroll take home the True Sim Productions halfway award?
About 6 laps inside that. But no, I don't see nobody challenging him. I mean, Jamie Walker is still behind him. Just a hair over 8 seconds behind the 99 car at the moment.
Yeah, and if we take a look at lap times, Jamie Walker last time by ran a 1:18.9. compared to Chris Carroll's 118.7. So Chris about a 10th quicker than Jamie last lap.
And right now, Chris Carroll is actually showing having the fastest lap of the race with a 1:17.8. So, man, that's hauling around this track.
Just trying to get an eyeball on something here. We got, taking a look at Brian Dees, heading up the hill. Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by SavageEdge.com. Everybody go to SavageEdge.com. If you want to get yourself a True Sim Productions t-shirt or anything else, Terry, I'm pretty sure they say they can put your name on anything.
Corey says he can put his name, your logo, whatever you want. He'll put it on anything, but as a running joke, of course, a shot glass. But we'll see. Yeah, SavageEdge.com. And actually, if you visit the Facebook page of Savage Edge, you will see a lot of the racing stuff on there for TSP, Blazing Pedals, Savage Edge, whatever. So, yeah, check out Facebook, SavageEdge.com, or Savage Edge on Facebook. Got this little battle back here with Cody Gibson trying to work his way. I'm sorry, Larry Bell working away the 20. I want to say the 24 of Lawson, but it is 26.
Speaking of Lawson, the governor out there must have had some more issues with that True Sim Productions Chevy Camaro. Wish it was a Ford. He's riding around out there, Terry. He doesn't got a hood either.
I just happened to see the 32 of Poliski work his way around the 43 of Bell. Now, Poliski is in third place. Man, he is so far back behind Jamie Walker.
Oh,
almost.
I'm sorry,
What?
Terry. We caught it right out of the corner of the camera. Tanner Marr hard into the outside wall coming out of turn 10.
Damn, Marr in that 4 car. He did get her turned around. Man, yeah, that was real hard.
I'm going to see if I can't get a replay of that. So we go down into turn 10, and it just, yeah, he just overshoots it, Terry.
Again, we've seen these guys locking. Oh, my. Yeah, he way hard on the brakes right there, probably.
Doesn't look like it hurt that Ford machine all that much. Looks like he barely touched it. I don't know. It's hard to tell here.
I believe, a couple, 3 cars may have gotten around Tanner with that little incident right there. Or maybe just the one. Not sure. I'm trying to look at your replay and actually watch the race, too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tanner Marr. That's co-owner of True Sim Productions. Also, team owner of Five Kings Motorsports.
Yeah, and you can catch Tanner pretty much racing all week, Sam. Monday through Friday, Sunday, whatever. It seems like anytime you turn on TSP, you're going to see that 4 car with Tanner Marr behind the wheel.
So we're kind of just trying to bounce around right now. Let's go up to the front, take a look at Chris Carroll right now. Terry, I do want to point out that Jamie Walker has really closed that gap. I don't know if Chris Carroll maybe had a little slip up while we were watching what happened to Tanner there or what, but the gap the last time we were watching the lead was about 8 seconds, now down to 5.5.
So, Sam, we know Carroll pitted 3 laps earlier than Walker. Is Walker, or is Carroll wearing out the tires that bad? Or just like you just said, did Carroll maybe just screw up someplace back in the field?
I mean, it's possible he could have got loose somewhere and maybe lost a little bit of time. But here's what, you made a good point. Jamie Walker pit 3 laps later. Is Carroll maybe trying to short shift a little bit, give up some of that 8 seconds and try and save some fuel?
Well, he's definitely given up a lot of time. Like you said, we was over 8 seconds a little bit ago. Now we're down to, 5.2, 5.25 seconds.
But then we got to go back about, let's say, 21 seconds from Chris Carroll to third place Andy Poliski. And Again, Terry, last week got a top 3. On his way to get another top 3 here tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, that 32, he's wanting to make some noise this season. He joined us. He didn't do a whole season with us last season, Sam, so that 32 car, I bet we'll be saying his name a lot this season, seeing him up front.
Dalton Kilroe holds on to 4th. Looks like Steven Johnson has fallen back to 5th. He does have Aaron Bockover right behind him, so this is a battle for position. Bockover trying to get up inside the top 5, and after Bockover's race last week, Terry, that would be a great run for TNA Motorsports.
Yeah, it would be. Maybe he'd get a hold of the banner for tomorrow night at our TNA Motorsports Shop Talk on Monday night, starting at 8 o'clock. You can find us on Facebook doing that, or YouTube, one of the two, or maybe both. I don't know. I just get in and talk.
So you can find Shop Talk, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's on TNA Motorsports on Facebook or Savage Edge Gaming on Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, what he said.
I got you, Dave.
I just get in, man. I just get in. I let Corey hit the buttons, just like with you, buddy. I just let you hit all the buttons. The 44 car getting underneath the 11. Is he going to make the move? He makes the move on the 11 with Johnson. Aaron Bockover takes that spot away. Now Aaron Bockover up in 5th place.
And there's a prime example of it, Terry. I mean, going down into turn 11, we were talking before the race started, what are going to be good opportunities to pass? And I always said, turn 6, we saw Poliski do it earlier in the race. And now turn 11, Bockover making a good pass here, putting himself in the top 5.
So now that Aaron in that 44 has got to run down that 41, maybe put him in another spot. But here at about 15 laps or so, 17 laps, excuse me, we're going to have a caution. These guys be all coming down pit lane, filling up, and all that good stuff. One thing I do want to mention, if we have to go an extra lap after the caution, the drivers are not allowed to pit. They have to stay on track.
So we're taking a look at the 32 car Poliski right here, Terry. And when he comes out of turn 11, I'm going to go on board with the 32. And we're going to go ahead and go quiet for a lap and just kind of listen and let the audience kind of hear what Poliski's doing inside that race car.
Absolutely.
Poliski comes out of turn number 11, and ladies and gentlemen, that's a lap around Sonoma.
And Sam, while we was watching that, I caught Carroll. He already pitted again. And he's still in pit road, buddy. He's over 11 seconds.
15.05 down and away for the number 99 of Chris Carroll. Little bit of, I believe, ledge taken out of the right-hand side of that car, Terry. Kind of free that car up a little bit. Heard the radio communications between the 99 and the crew chief. Said he was feeling a little, I don't know, maybe a little tight that run.
Maybe loosen that 99 up a little bit, get around these turns. One thing I want to say, when you was showing that, Sam, inside Poliski's car, he stayed in one gear for the most part. And I want to say that was probably third gear. You heard him downshift twice, going into the hairpin at turn 11. Go back up 2 more gears, stay in third gear pretty much for this whole race.
All right, so Chris Carroll brought it down pit road. Jamie takes lap 31, Terry. We got 2 more laps to go till the True Sim Productions halfway point. And if Jamie stays out on track, it looks like he might take it because the next person back to him is Andy Poliski, 19.2 seconds behind our race leader.
Poliski, I mean, we heard him with the in-car he was doing. It sounded awesome. He's got to catch up to Walker. But again, we already said it, man. Poliski's going to be at the top of our vocabulary by the end of this season.
So I see people out in chat, Terry. We know who they are. Let's go ahead and give them a Mark from Maryland, Mark Arthur update. Mark is currently in the 7th position. Got a little right front damage there, it looks like, but nothing major.
Yeah, we see Mark Arthur get tangled up with a car earlier. Like I said, no hurt on the 12 car. He seems to be getting around the track good here in 8th place.
Well, he was one of those drivers there who started from pit road and now sits up inside the top 10.
I'll holler at somebody out there real quick. Tammy. Yeah, we are having fun, Tammy. I'm sure you well know you've talked to Sam enough. That is Sam's mom out there. Glad you joined us. Benji, you still got to. We got to know who this is, Benji. Please tell us who this is.
Yeah, we do got to know who that is. I want to go back a little bit there. Let's take a look at the 4-car of Tanner Marr. Tanner currently in the 22nd position. He's up 11 spots since the start of this race, but we saw him going to the outside wall. So I'm not sure if the handling on that race car is to his liking right now.
Yeah, it seemed like when he come off 11 back there, Sam, he didn't have that car up to power that he needs. Maybe something going on underneath the hood of that 4.
Chris Legou in the 71 bringing it off pit road. He had a 14.83 second pit stop. Good stop for the number 71 team.
Chris Legou, like you said, 29th place. He is the first car 2 laps down.
Let's go back up to the front. Take a look at Jamie Walker currently leading the way in the number 88 machine. Oh, Brad Collins there a little sideways coming out of turn 11 right behind him. He kept it straight, though. Good job on Brad. Nice save. Aaron Bockover, though, Terry, he's running second. He's got Chris Carroll right behind him.
Aaron Bockover right now showing over 28 seconds behind second place Jamie Walker. So Jamie's got just a hair under a half a lap over Bockover at the moment.
See Bockover. Oh, Carroll's going to turn the 44. Oh, we caught that live coming through turn 11. Carroll got on the throttle and turned to 44.
Man, I can imagine what that sounds like in TeamSpeak right now.
I'm going to try and get a replay on that, Terry. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, we come through the corner here, and then just a little kiss to that left rear. Or, yeah, the right rear. I'm sorry. Get my left and right straight.
Carroll trying to make it squeeze it between them tires and that 44 car. Just not enough room as he does tag the rear right side of that 44 car.
Unfortunate for Bockover. He lost a lot of time, Terry, but still holds on to the 3rd position.
Hell with Ed, who was it? Ed Boyles, yeah, the 38. No, Mark Arthur now. But Mark Arthur still ways back behind Aaron, so he'll be all right.
So I do want to point out that Jamie Walker in the number 88 has crossed the line to take the True Sim Productions halfway point. So Jamie Walker will be receiving that. Congratulations. Chris Carroll now in second. 29.8 seconds behind our race leader, Jamie Walker. Then we go about 8-9 seconds back to Aaron Bockover.
So I wonder if the 88 is looking at his relative, seeing how far Carroll is behind him, and deciding, do I want to take tires knowing in 10 laps, we're going to have a pit anyway. So what's going through Walker's mind?
You know, I'm not sure, Terry. You're right. We got about 10, maybe, I want to say 11 laps, but then you got to go around and catch the pace car, maybe go around again once you catch the pace car. It's going to be interesting to see, and I think that was Jamie's strategy all along. He wants to make sure he has enough fuel to do that. Because remember, Terry, pit road's going to close 2 laps before that caution's going to fly.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Jamie's got to make sure he's got fuel enough to get the 2 laps before the caution, and at least a lap after it. You know, once they catch up with that pit, or the pace car.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 31 laps to go. Jamie Walker is your race leader. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We're back alive here on True Sim Productions. Jamie Walker still your race leader. Chris Carroll 27 seconds behind him. Him and Poliski running in third. They both pit around lap 30. Poliski came down lap 32. Jamie Walker, I'm telling you, Terry, I think we got a strategy plan here with the number 88. You got to figure he's got 26 seconds he could give up right now to save fuel.
Yeah, and he done something smart. He got around the 43 of Larry Bell. Put some cars in between him and Carroll. That's going to help him a lot. Now, he's got a whole gaggle of cars up in front of him. Thompson in the 76.
Oh, Thompson goes sideways in front of him.
Whoa, that was close.
Rick Thompson goes sideways in front of our race leader, Jamie Walker. Jamie did a great job to avoid it. So did everybody else.
I don't think Walker even slowed down. Right now, he's working on the back end of the 18 of Yo, trying to get around him, put more cars in between him and Carroll. The 17 of D's, though, man, is all over the back end. So, Walker pitting.
Yeah, I was going to say, Terry, I don't think he could have gone any more. I mean, now we're going to have to see what happens. So we're going to keep an eye on this number 99 car of Chris Carroll now coming through the S's.
Carroll quickly picking up time on Jamie Walker. I'm going to watch Jamie Walker and see what he does in the pits while you're on Carroll. Jamie has to know we only got 6 laps to go before they have a caution. I would fuel only and get out of there. Nope, he is taking tires, Sam.
So I'm telling you, Terry, I think he's playing a little bit of a strategy here as Chris Carroll goes by him up into turns 1 and 2.
Jamie Walker, full fresh tire. I know, buddy.
It's just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the strategy, right? I mean, we know what Chris Carroll's doing. He's come down early every time. Same with cars like Steven Johnson. But then you got drivers like Tom Roscoe came down on lap 33. And now Jamie who's come down on lap 39. I mean, Terry, just go down your timing and scoring sheet. Look at all the differences in pit stops.
Everybody's got so much of a different strategy here. I don't know, man. A lot of numbers, and none of them's even. Well, none of them's the same, I should say. Trying to find the battles, Sam, somewhere here. I'll keep looking.
I was talking that entire time, Terry. I had my mic muted.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Nah, we do that from time to time. It's all right. 26 laps to go here at Sonoma. Chris Carroll is your race leader. Jamie Walker running second. Andy Poliski third. Then behind him, you got Dalton Curo in the number 41, and Steven Johnson rounds out the top 5.
Steven Johnson in the 11 car, just out there cruising by himself. He's got some distance in between him and
Mark Arthur.
Yeah, Kilrow and Arthur, yeah. Oh, Kilrow. Mark just brought him down pit lane.
Steven Johnson, big sideways coming out of turn 11 there, Terry. Great
but he
save.
kept that thing front. He kept the front end pointing in the right direction, Sam.
Yeah, that was a great save. So we're kind of going through here, ladies and gentlemen, seeing what's going on. We know Mark Arthur's on pit road. He's going to take 4 fresh tires. I think Terry, I think Mark was one of the last drivers to pit. How many laps did you say we could go on a tank?
Well, 20 is what Walker ran on his first one. So I don't know. I thought it was around 20 or so, Sam, but these guys, I think, starting to short pit and just doing it early.
There's just a lot of, I mean, you're going to come down pit road during this caution, right? I mean, I think we're going to see pretty much everybody doing it. I don't know, though. I could be wrong.
Well, I definitely am coming down pit road. I'm going to let my car sit there for a second, take a breath, take a drink. Right now, these guys have got to hurry up and just keep moving. When that pace car comes out, these guys can run around here. Pace speeds here tonight is 60 mile an hour. Pit road speed 45 mile an hour. So they can relax a little bit.
I mean, the thing is, Terry, once they come down pit road here on lap 46, everybody's going to be able to make it the rest of the way. There's no doubt about that. So I don't know where these strategies are kind of playing in, I guess you could say, if we know we can make it to the end once we hit that final pit stop. Or hit that caution, I should say.
I was still kind of watching the 12 there, Mark Arthur. Then Taylor Butcher Benjamin in a 10 just about ran up the backside of the 12.
Mark Arthur does have fresh tires. Now, Terry, Mark pit on lap 40. Jamie pit on 39, Mark pit on 40. Those were the two drivers who took the latest pit stops, along with Corey Sherman on lap 39.
I remember Mark's up in 10th already. And where'd he start at in this race?
In the pits.
Exactly.
So 24 laps to go here at Sonoma. Chris Carroll, your race leader. Jamie Walker, about 8 seconds back. Jamie Walker going through turn 6 right now. He's right behind that 34 car of David Douthwaite. Douthwaite has that front end damage. Looks like he might have some electrical issues with that 34 car.
I think there are some electric issues in that 88 car too, Sam. It looked like then he finally was able to clear it up and get around that 34.
And then we bounce back here to Andy Poliski running in 3rd. He's doing a great job as well.
Nobody really challenging in that 33rd of Poliski, but right behind him is the 5 car of Rutherford.
So
now Rutherford, that is not for a spot.
I believe Rutherford's the first or second car 1 lap down right now. I want to take a look here. Corey Sherman in the number 3 car. Ooh, Corey Sherman he doesn't have a hood either, Terry.
Oh, the 34 spins in front of Sherman.
He goes off track. Looks like he kept it out of the wall, though. Gonna get it rolling again. And you can tell that car's hurting.
He finally got it up to, trying to get it up to speed there as the 18 got around him and so did the 71.
Let's see here. Where were we? Steven Johnson back here in the 5th position. Going through turn 5 right now, down the bottleneck, turn 6.
Steven Johnson in that Lowe's 11 car, that red thing. That is a cool looking car. Nobody around him to contend with at the moment. Trying to catch up to the 4th place driver, Dalton Kilroy, in that 41.
Ty Morosco back here. He's just now going through turn 6. Ty Morosco in that number 1 MFRD Ford Mustang. Going down through the S's, running 6th.
Sam, pit road's closed, buddy.
Pit road is closed. So that means we got 2 laps till we get this caution, ladies and gentlemen.
I was kind of watching a 1 car, Tom Morosco, a few laps ago. He was getting challenged by 7th place runner Aaron Bacher in a 44. For some reason, I mean, Morosco had enough in that car to get away from Bachover.
Ty got a little loose there out of turn 11. He's got some pretty good right and, I want to say, right rear damage, along with a little crinkle in the right front there on that number 1.
Aerodynamics.
So Chris Carroll brings it down into turn 11. We got to do 1 more lap before we get this competition caution here on lap 46.
Jamie Walker is cutting that lead down a little bit on Chris Carroll. He's now 7 seconds behind the number 1 driver in that 88 car.
Well, Jamie is that time by. He ran almost 2 seconds faster than Chris Carroll. As he crosses the line, he's a little bit slower because he was going around lap cars there. But, yeah, Terry, he is coming.
Yeah, I'm watching Carroll now. Looks like he's going a little slower. He knows he's got a little bit of time behind him. as soon as you cross that line, we're going to have a caution. So, Carroll will be, I think he'll be all right. But then they got to drive all the way back around this thing, catch up with that pace car.
Alrighty, so yeah, Terry, I'm sitting here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing math in my head for some of these guys who pit already, and like, I mean, we're talking drivers like Mark Arthur. I think he might be able to stay out under this caution.
He very well could. He only pitted at lap 40, and we're only on 46. We're going, who is that in the barrels? Carroll just went around somebody that's stuck in the barrels on 11.
Not sure there, Terry. Go back and take a look here. I don't think it was him either.
Oh, that was Lawson in the 26 car.
Really? Okay, let's see if we can't go back and see it.
All right, the yellow flag has flown.
So there we have it. So we got 20 laps to go. Chris Carroll is going to have to catch a pace car. Pace car still sits on pit road right now.
Lights are on the pace car, but he does not want to move yet.
Now, Chris Carroll still has a while to go yet. He's just now going through the S's. So, ladies and gentlemen, while the cars go ahead and catch up to the pace car and race control gets everybody sorted, we're going to take a quick one and come back for pit stops. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Shut up and sit down.
Trying to see who's in the freaking.
All right, back
Thank
live
you.
here on True Sim Productions. And pit stops are underway. Field caught the pace car while we were under break right there. Everybody on pit road. And Jamie Walker with a really good pit stop. Terry, a 14.57 was able to get out ahead of Chris Carroll. That might have been the race right there.
Very well could have been. Jamie Walker did, but I'm surprised that he took tires. He just took tires, what, 5 laps ago?
I believe so. About 8 laps ago. But, you know, here's the thing, Terry. You don't want to be on an old set of tires here. We're going to have a shootout basically to the end almost. Once we go back green flag racing, it should be about 15 or so to go, I'd say.
Yeah, these drivers are done with pit stops. We're on lap 40 now under caution. So, yeah, these guys are going to be saving fuel. The tires ain't going to be all wore out. So, it'll be all right. Race control now saying that once they do wave off the green here, Sam, and stay yellow, that you cannot pit once that has been flown. So I am listening to the race chatter. Jamie Walker just said, "Hey, Carol, is that the mistake that I need that you just made?"
Well, I mean, we said it too, right? I mean, if we compare pit stop times, Carol was on pit lane for a whole minute, whereas Jamie was on pit road total time for 53 seconds. Pit stop times were Jamie Walker of 14.57 and Chris Carroll of 15.52.
So, oh wow, yeah, this is gonna be a good race here. The last 13, 14 laps, Sam.
Oh, we got guys racing under caution here, Terry. Chris Carroll going ahead of the 88. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we were under commercial, me and Terry were trying to decide who we wanted to talk to here under caution, and I put some thought into it. I kind of want to just let these guys be. Road course racing, they got a lot going on, so we'll just let them be for this one. I think that's the wisest move. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys got a lot on their plate now anyway. Turning left, turning right, shifting, braking. Yeah, let them follow this pace car. All right. Wow, we have got some stuff going on in the pace laps here with Ty Morosco and Philip Van Fleet. Morosco did not back off, hit Van Fleet, and gave Van Fleet a 4X.
Oh, no. All right, Terry. Well, they're doubling them up. Are you hearing anything from race control? Are we going to extend this, or?
Yeah, they've already extended it, Sam. They are in the extension lap right now, so we're going to get this whole field bunched back up as they're going 2 by 2 by 2 now, or they're trying to get 2 by 2.
Well, that's a road course. They normally get it sorted out after the S's.
But again, reflecting back to what Jamie Walker said when he asked Carroll, it was that the mess up that Jamie Walker needed out of Carroll to maybe win this race tonight.
I don't know, man. I think it is.
Now, Jamie Walker gets a big jump on this start here. I think he's going to hurt Carroll bad. But then again, we got 32 Poliski and Kilroe back here. Johnson in that 11. He's been, showing up pretty good in this race tonight. One thing it's hard to do on this track here, Sam, as you well know, is to keep up with that fast pace car. He's in a Porsche that's really low to the ground and can turn on sharp. These guys are in 2,000-pound cars that cannot.
Well, Jamie Walker's going to lead him down, Terry, and he's going to fire him off here. It's going to be 15 laps to go here at Sonoma.
infield. Lines him up 2 by 2. Jamie Walker's about ready to bring him down to the green flag starter guy up there in the cage. Walker with a big jump.
Uh-oh, Terry. Ooh, that was borderline. Hammer's going to have his work cut out for him on that one. I even saw that. Jamie Walker kind of drifted out. Keep your ears open for race control there, Terry.
Oh, I definitely got it open.
Side by side back here, Dalton Kilrow and Andy Poliski. Great shot of the field coming up over the hill. Ooh, big sideways from Dalton Kilrow as we come up over the hill down into turn 5. Jamie Walker is out clean to the race lead right now. Chris Carroll runs second. Poliski holds on to third. Steven Johnson back here in fourth. As we head down through the S's one more time. Looks like everybody gave each other room there, Terry. I mean, that was a pretty good restart.
I'm watching Walker and Carroll. Walker is a lot faster coming off of 6 through the S's. See what he does when he gets down here to the turn 11. Carroll gets almost up to the back side of the 88. 88 holds the bottom. Gets a nice jump coming off 11.
He's trying to get that angle into the corner there. Let's see what the lap times are this time by. Almost identical, Terry. Look at that timing and scoring. 1:18.5 to 1:18.47.
And actually, Carroll was faster with the 5.7.
So 14 laps to go here at Sonoma. Jamie Walker, your race leader. Dalton Kilroe's fallen back to 5th.
Carroll, I thought Carroll was going to start looking under that 88 right here. Coming off of 6. Going down through 7 through the S-curves.
Yeah, there's a battle heating up here for the lead, and it's heating up really quick. Can Jamie hold off Carroll here for 14 laps? Here at this road course, that is a long way.
Or make Carroll burn up everything he's got.
Big sideways out of the 88.
Yeah, I was about ready to say the same thing.
Does Chris Carroll make a move down into 11? I think Jamie might be overdriving his stuff just a little bit, Terry. Maybe that 99 getting into his head a little bit.
I mean, you kind of got to watch your mirrors here on this road course, but Jamie's got to pay more attention on hitting his stop or hitting his marks here.
Going up through turns 1 and 2 here. Carroll is right there. Great battle going on right now, Terry. I think this is going to go all the way down to the wire.
Jamie's starting to hit his marks again, like he did when they first started this out of the caution. Big wide turn out of Jamie on that 88 coming out of that turn. Back at the height. This is the place where Jamie capitalizes over that 99 car. Right here, coming out of 6, down through the S's. So right 88 now, hard on the brakes.
13 laps to go. It looks like Carroll's starting to fall off just a little bit. Let's go back to third position. Andy Poliski. He did a good job on that restart to maintain his position. Poliski still having a good run here. Same with newcomer Steven Johnson. Johnson did not have the race he wanted last week, and now making up for it here inside the top 5.
Sam coming off turn 11. I was still on Walker. He got a big jump off of Carroll coming off 11.
The gap's still about 6/10 right now. Johnson looked like he was going to take a peek on Poliski there, but didn't have enough grip to lay the power down. Bockover back here in 7th. He's got Brian Dees right behind him.
Walker and Carroll is just almost mirroring each other in every turn. So one good thing, Sam, with the 88 and the 99 right now, they're not going to have any lap traffic for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't think they really have to worry about that all that much. There are a lot of people a lap down right now. I'm showing David Douthwaite is the first car 1 lap down. Joshua Rutherford, how about it, Terry? First car on the last car on the lead lap, I should say, in there in the 15th position. So Josh did a good job.
Exactly. He is doing a great job out here tonight, running 15th. And he is the one car that the leaders have got to worry about at the moment. But they are so far behind him, they got a long way to go.
So the battle is heating up once again up here at the lead. Jamie Walker still continues to hold it. Chris Carroll trying to get it. Carroll falls back a little bit right there. Gap keeps shrinking and increasing every lap. Carroll seems to get a run, and then Jamie pulls away.
So I wonder who's making who use up their stuff here.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to say, right? I mean, Jamie knows that Chris has been fast all night, and he knows he's got to stay out front, but if he lets him get in his head too much, Jamie's going to start overdrive and burn his stuff up. That's going to allow the 99 to get to him. On the flip side of that, you don't want to be Carroll and try and burn your stuff up, trying to catch him, right? You got to save your stuff to get there and get around him. That's the hardest part. You can get to him, but now how are you going to get around him? Coming out of turn 11 right here, a little sideways for the number 88. As we go across the line, it's going to be 10 laps to go.
Jamie again coming off 11 there with a little bit of advantage, a little faster than what the 99 could do. Up the hill to this right turn here, turn 2. Then we're going to drop back down the hill into 3. Nice little lefty right there going up into turn 4. As we come back down a hill again to turn 5. There it is, turn 5. Go down a little bit of a short shoot here to 6. Don't get there, and there we are. We're at 6. Now we're going to come out of here and start through the S's of 7, 8, and 8A, then into turn 9. And again, this is the fastest part of this track, I do believe.
It looks like Chris might have got out of his line a little bit there, Terry. I think Chris might be pushing a little too hard here.
Chris may have burned his stuff up already. Well, we are 10 laps into this run, though, Sam. Or not quite 10 laps, but last time they all pitted was 48, so, yeah. Oh, Walker had to lock it up.
He locked it up, but I don't think he lost a whole lot of time. Still about a 9/10 gap right now, 9 laps to go. And I tell you what a way it would be for Jamie if he could win this. And it's a way to bounce back, right? I mean, after the run he had at Daytona to come here at Sonoma, second race of the season, and take home a win, it's what that 88 machine needs.
And Sam, we've raced with Jamie for, oh gosh, I don't know how long, but Jamie is a driver. He is a driver's driver for sure. We've seen him win pretty much. They did catch Joshua Rutherford in that 64. Now, will a 64 give way to these guys?
I tell you what, if we know Joshua, we've seen him race before, he's going to stick to his line, but right there, when he has the chance...
Oh, he goes off the road.
Oh, unfortunate. But that's what I was trying to point out. He'll stay on his line, but when he sees his opportunity to get out of the way normally, Joshua does a good job and just jumps out of the way of these guys.
So, Sam, with Joshua going off track like he did, I think Carroll may have thought he was going to pull it back down on track and backed off a lot. Now they got the 83 of Alberico in front of him to contend with.
Well, I mean, this is what it's all about, right, Terry? I mean, they have to work their way around lap traffic to basically win the race, right? I mean that could slow them down. Alberico could have a problem. I mean, anybody could have a problem, and it could change everything. As Jamie goes to the outside of Alberico. Now Chris Carroll goes. What a move. It's going to be side by side right here, Terry. What's going to happen?
Well,
Jamie trying to hold on to it.
Oh, wow.
My God. That was awesome.
I don't know if you was holding your breath, but I was.
I didn't even want to say anything. Chris Carroll saw the opportunity and took it. Ooh, hard on the brakes there. Big wiggle going out into 6, almost contact. These guys are racing hard for it.
Well, we got, once they cross the line here, we'll have 6 more laps to go. I mean, Jamie had a halfway decent lead in front of the 99 at Carroll until they got up to the 83 Alberico. Yes.
Jamie got sideways again. That's twice that's happened in that corner. I think those tires are starting to heat up on that 88. Not agreeing with them. Sideways out of 11. Same with Carroll.
Jamie come off 11 like that. He actually, I think his left rear may have touched the wall a little bit when he got sideways.
7 laps to go. Back up through turns 1 and 2.
Walker with a good angle right there on 3. Well, Carroll didn't have an angle at all.
Well, it looks like we go on the roof cam here for just a second with Jamie Walker. Pretty much clear racetrack out ahead of him right now. So nothing too... it looks like Amanda Sherman's up there, but I don't know. They might catch her, but I'm not sure. She's pretty far out. Jamie using all the curb in turn 6.
Not giving no room for nobody to get under him. That's for as he comes down through the S's again. Coming down a little bit of the chute here that takes you in from 10 to 11. He's got the advantage again over Carroll. He actually put some distance on him going into turn 11 here.
Yeah, gap's now about up to a second here. Chris Carroll sends it down into turn 11, trying to gain any bit of time he can. A little sideways out of the corner.
That was a good exit off of 11 there, out of the 88 of Walker. Didn't touch the wall that time, and they actually put some distance between him and Carroll.
We got 6 laps to go. Looking on my race control app here, Terry. Looks like maybe some problems here between the 21 and the 12. I'm going back to take a look at it. Oh, the 21, he got sideways and kind of overcorrected it a little bit. Mark had nowhere to go. 21 goes around.
As is, what was that, the 76, I think, of Thompson got around the 12. I don't believe that was position, though, was it?
I don't think so, no. No, it was not. Rick Thompson currently shown 18th right now.
Amanda Sherman pulled over to the right to let the 88 and 99 go around.
So, I mean, and that's just, driving with respect, right? I mean, if there was, say, 30 laps to go, she probably wouldn't have moved. But 6 laps to go, move over, let him race it out.
Yeah, maybe like at Charlotte or something. You good boys can work your way around me. But yeah, a road course like this, gentleman's agreement kind of. So often drive out of Amanda Sherman out of that 8 car to letting them get around her.
5 laps to go for Jamie Walker.
Walker is actually putting a little bigger gap on the the 99 car.
So does Carroll have anything for him here? Did the pit stop pretty much call this race?
And, is Carroll backing off a little bit, maybe to save up some tire, maybe?
I don't know if he's doing it to maybe save tire, but perhaps to cool them down, right? I mean, we've seen him and Jamie get sideways a couple of times coming off these corners, and we know all that does is heat up those rear tires and makes them slick, makes them greasy. You lose a lot of traction.
Carroll come off a 6, little sideways, Sam.
So that's my point right there, right? I mean, if you can't, you got to keep that car underneath you to be fast.
Jamie Walker coming through turn 10, now coming down the backstretch, I guess you can call it, coming down towards the pits, going into turn 11.
Ooh, sideways again for the 99 through the center of 11 right there.
I think Carroll might have put on the gas a little bit while he was still in them rumble strips, and there's just no grip on them rumble strips.
Four laps to go.
So looks like they're going to be coming up on either Paul Ellison, Derek Paulson, Corey Rutherford here really quick.
Yeah, they're just now going down into turn 6. 4 laps to go. They're catching Michael Miller. I see Chris Legou in this pack. As you said, Paul Ellison. As Jamie and Carroll are just now coming through turn 6. So they might catch them. And the thing is, Terry, those guys up there, you got Corey Rutherford, Paul Ellison, Derek Paulson, they're racing for position. And I don't see them moving over as easily as some of these other guys.
Exactly. So this might be a thorn on the 88 and the 99 here shortly.
Out of turn 10. Ooh, Michael Miller, problems. They're entering pit road, it looks like. He's going to bring it down pit side. Coming out of turn 11, though, it's going to be 3 laps to go for Jamie Walker. Gap to Chris Carroll right now is 1 second.
And I noticed Walker on turn 11, he took it wide. Carroll took it inside right next to the tires.
I don't know, Terry. I think Carroll might have shot his tires. I think that might be the end of it. It's now 1.3 seconds, Jamie Walker over Chris Carroll.
And we also got to give credit where credit's due, man. 3rd place, Andy Poliski. 2 weeks in a row, he's going to be in the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, the next car back to him is Dalton Kilroy, who's about 1.1 seconds off of him. Dalton could catch him, take away that podium, but I don't know. Andy Poliski going for 2 podiums in a row. I think he's going to maybe block Dalton a little bit.
Very well could be, as the 88 and the 99. But they're coming right up on that 71 and Chris Legou. Will Chris let him have it?
Find out here as we go barreling down into turn 11, because out of this corner, it's going to be popsicle sticks. You see Chris, yeah, he's going to go wide right there. He lets both the 99 and the 88 go by.
Awesome job out of Chris.
Popsicle sticks in the air for the number 88 of Jamie Walker. 2 laps to go.
And the lead actually has gotten over 1 second now, Sam. We're at 1.30 behind Walker. So Walker is putting a gap on the 2nd place car of Chris Carroll.
Yeah, I think Chris definitely burned his stuff up. Especially after they were side by side there when he tried to. I think that was his move, right? He saw the opportunity and he did what he had to do, right? He tried to take it and they got side by side. Both of them got sideways, but it looks like Chris Carroll just heated up them tires a little too much, and he's just losing time to Jamie.
Now, Carroll can play safe right now. He can take the 2nd place and go home. Poliski is, 10 seconds behind Carroll. So there's all kinds of time for Carroll just to relax a little bit and go home with your head up in a 2nd place.
Out of turn 10 and down to turn 11. Jamie Walker has a pretty convincing lead.
Sam, as we hit to this last lap, I believe they may catch up with the 55 and the 5.
What we're going to find out, Terry, is it's white flag in the air presented by Priority Auto.
88's got 11 turns to make. He's got to hit his marks every time. Keep that. The 33 just ran out of gas. John Perkins. He's in the S's.
John Perkins out of fuel in the S's. We're watching the leader, Jamie Walker. He has 2-second lead over Chris Carroll. Goes through turn 5, down to turn 6. 5 more clean corners from the number 88 to take home his first win of the season. Oh, the electrical issues haunting him, Terry.
Yeah, I've seen that too. He got it taken care of. He must have kicked something in that car.
Down through the S's. Into turn 10.
Call it out, buddy.
Okay, he's coming up on a couple of lap cars here, but I don't think they're going to play a factor. Out of turn 11. It's going to be the number 88 of Jamie Walker taking home the win here at Sonoma.
Now, Chris Carroll is congratulating Jamie Walker, said, man, that's all I had. Congratulations. Jamie Walker comes back with, well, I had to do it on pit road to get my track position.
And he definitely did, Terry. I mean, he won that race off pit road. That was the deciding factor. I think the only thing that maybe could have changed it was if Carroll would have gotten around him when they were fighting those lap cars.
Sam, I still have the ticker and everything up. Jamie Walker finished this race 0x. Big points night out of the 88 car.
So Jamie Walker brings it home. In P1, Chris Carroll takes home second. Andy Poliski again with another podium finish. So that is a great way to start off the season, not only for Andy Poliski, but team Work in Progress Racing.
Andy Poliski also 0x tonight with a third place finish. Good job out of Andy, like you just said. And Sam, our first place and third place drivers is the only two that got out of this race with a 0x.
As Jamie Walker burns it down here right in turn 11.
Well-deserved burnout. Blow them tires up, blow the motor. Take it home, put it on a hauler. They can build a new one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Let these guys kind of take a little bit of a breather. When we come back, it's going to be post-race interviews. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back live here on True Sim Productions, and Terry, I believe, is catching up with our third place finisher.
Andy Poliski, Sam and Terry up here. You got us?
Yeah, we're good. I got you guys.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, buddy. You finished up on a podium.
Yeah, it feels good to have a good start to the season. So second and third. So come out with a good points day.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Talk about your race a little bit, man. 66 laps around Sonoma.
Oh, my arms are pretty well jello by now, but a good race. I pretty well finished what I thought I was going to. Just kind of try to keep out of trouble, keep the nose clean, and keep it on track. Had some good racing there in the middle of it, and was able to manage tires a little better, I think, and just come out with a good third place finish.
Well, definitely awesome job out of that 32 car. Who you got on there tonight to thank, buddy?
Got my sponsors, Nissan Wichita Falls. If you're in the market for a new car or around Wichita Falls and need service, come see us. We'll get you taken care of. And then CJR Graphics, they do a great job on paints on this one. Corey does an excellent job on this.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll get you back down there, but congratulations. Buddy, next week we go to Nashville. We're going to go turn left only, so I hope you're happy about that.
I don't mind the lefts and the rights, so it's always fun, but it's always fun to get back onto an oval track, and hopefully we can come out with another podium finish.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll get you back down to your teammates, and I believe, Sam, you're down there trying to catch up with second place, Chris Carroll.
Yeah, I am, Terry. Give me 1 second here. All right, now, yeah, I'm catching up with our second place finisher, Chris Carroll, in the number 99. And Chris, yeah, you were out there leading the way at the beginning of the race. Pit stops kind of got you. Tell me what happened.
Well, I got the weirdest pit glitch I've ever had in my life, Sam. It gave me 2 tires, told me after the 2 tires I was too far back, and I was sitting there thinking it was pitting me, and it said too far back. I pull up and give me the other 2. So, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Jamie. He ran a wicked race there. I couldn't catch him at the end. He deserved it. We were pretty close, but on the long run, I think he had a little bit more than I did.
Well, hey, man, you ran a great race tonight. You come home P2. You got to be happy about that. I believe you won here last season to get yourself into the playoffs. So starting off the season right with a second place finish. We're going to Nashville next week, going back to turning left only. What's your thoughts on Nashville?
Are we running? Which Nashville are we running? I'm not sure.
Super Speedway.
Yeah, I like that place. Had a tough start at Daytona. Had a weird wreck there, and we were a helicopter. So good run this week, and a couple good runs here, and try and get back up there in the points and keep that car clean, man. That's all we can do. I would have liked to push harder to try and get Jamie there, but with my points week last week, I couldn't risk wrecking. So I at a certain point just resigned to second place and took my points, but that's what we're going to do there. I like Nashville.
Well, hey, man, second place. Congratulations on that. Who you got to shout out on the 99?
Always got to thank USAFirearms.com and all the sponsors here, Brian Zimmerman, but we got to thank all the guys that sponsor this series. A lot of great people here, a lot of guys working hard, Mark and all the admins, and always got to thank my folks and my parents for watching. They're out there, and all my friends and family. Got a shout out to a few guys out there that really were courteous out there tonight and showed a lot of respect. So gotta thank those guys too. That was really cool, son.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations again on second place. We'll see you next week in Nashville.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Terry, I believe you're catching up with our race winner right now.
Yep, he's just about ready to climb out of the car. Jamie Walker. Man, you won tonight, buddy.
I don't want to climb out of this car. It felt great tonight.
Yeah, it looked great. That 88 was on fire. Walk us through a little bit. I was listening to the race chatter, and we'll get into that in a second, but walk us through the race a little bit.
Well, the initial start, I just took it easy, and of course I screwed up right there at the very beginning and tapped the wall on the start there. I just calmed down, rode around for a little while, and I noticed I was faster than everybody else on the long run, so that's where I just kind of, all right, I know I got a good car, a good piece under me, just keep calm, you'll get a caution, and work your way up from there.
Well, keeping calm is exactly what you've done. I mean, we've seen that maybe at the end of the race there, we've seen you maybe get a little hard onto the accelerator a couple times, but pit stops. I heard you tell Carol, is this where I get you at?
Yeah, I noticed he had some kind of issue on our caution pit stop there, and he was having to move back and forth, and I was like, all right, I'm gaining time right there. I'm gonna get my spot right there, so I just had to maintain it once I was in front of him.
So you actually you gained a whole little over a second over him in that pit stop. You was at a 14:57. He was at a 15:52. So you gained quite, you gained quite a bit over him. So at the end of the race, I noticed Carroll actually dropped back. Did you happen to slow down at any?
No, I was concentrating on my spots, doing qualifying laps every lap, trying to burn his stuff up and not burn my stuff up because I knew I could do it.
Okay. Well, man, a great job out of that 88 again. Buddy, next week, I think we're just going to go turn left. What do you think about that?
Well, this going right, this suits me a little bit. We'll see what happens. Maybe if I get loose, I'll have to turn right a few times.
Oh, no, don't be saying. Well, last week we seen you had to throw it on the hauler and head home early. You had some bad luck at Daytona, but tonight you redeemed yourself by winning here at Sonoma. Who you got on that car to thank, buddy?
Well, as you can see, I got Xbox on the car. I got to thank them guys. I got, of course, Mountain Dew, #1. We're definitely going to be drinking some up tonight. I'm hoping to bring out the Mountain Dew scheme here soon. Just kind of waiting on it here. And just thanks to everybody at Blazing Pedals, all the sponsors involved, TRJ Karting, Butt Kicker, who else we got? We got MFR, D Graphics, all kinds of other guys. Of course, you guys doing an awesome job.
Oh, we're trying. So, well, we'll get you back down there. Congratulations again, Jamie, and we will see you in Nashville next week on the Super Speedway for 162 laps.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, buddy.
That was your race winner, Jamie Walker. And Terry, you got any final thoughts?
I think you and I can actually breathe now after the last 5 laps we witnessed. One thing I want to say, road courses for Sam and I it's really hard for us to show you guys everything that's happening. We do our best. We've seen some people out there say great broadcast. Thank you so much, Sam, and I do appreciate that. We are working our tails off the best we can to bring you the best league on iRacing and trying to show you everything we can.
Absolutely, Terry. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in here on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series presented by Savage Edge Graphics. Be sure to go to savageedge.com and get yourself a True Sim Production t-shirt along with other things. And with that being said, next week we head to Nashville. So I hope everybody's ready for that one. On that note, me and Terry are going to get out of here and close up shop. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.